Okay. Next is that one. Yes. Oh, crud. Okay, what happened there? That's working. And Farming Simulator active. Okay, good morning, everybody. Why is desktop audio not working? Okay. Actually. Okay, desktop audio is working. The engine's not running. Alrighty, that's almost better. That's better. Good morning, everybody. My name is Osa. We are playing Farming Simulator 25 on Alma, Missouri, and has stuff happened? It is now February 1, and there's snow on the ground, and the pigs are hungry, so I'm gonna do piggies first. So we've got that sorted. And I knew it was... Well, actually, this is more of an excuse to use the front loader on this tractor. Because we bought it at the time. The tractor was used, so we think it was used. So we just loaded it with a front loader. It came with a front loader attacher, so we just bought all the rest of the stuff. And I can use it to feed the piggies. Well, kinda. So we're feeding the pigs corn only at the moment because I don't have any of the other stuff available. However, they do have 100% health so long as they're fed with corn, at least corn. They do go through the corn a little bit quickly. So what I'm planning to do is that off, and we'll pull that out. And we'll turn the engine off for now. So there's snow on the ground, so not a lot we can do in February. Temperatures are 31, so it's still below freezing. And cows need food. Oh, we have food in this. Good. So I think for now, all I'm going to do is unload this into here. And that will keep these guys happy for a couple of days. So, last week, no stream on Saturday. We had a major storm in Michigan, pretty much the whole of Michigan, on Friday night. So I got up Saturday morning and there was no internet at all. Turns out we were fine. None of our power lines were down. Never had been since we had a whole house generator installed. But yeah, that was okay. We had power all day. We did not have internet for the entire day. Turns out our ISP's data center up in Lansing lost power due to down power lines, and they couldn't do anything about it until why are you there? You kind of need diesel and power there. Don't need anything. Okay, you're the next person I need. Yeah, they lost power for the entire day. Went down at midnight on the morning of July 4th and ran all the way through to 7 o'clock in the evening. So no stream last week Saturday. I did, however, play some Farming Simulator to get us through winter. Yeah, there's really not a lot of stuff to do in the winter. So I think I spent a little bit of time using up our entire supply of digestate. And got some fields ready for planting with cotton. Didn't do all of them, but we used up all of the digestate, so it is what it is. And then I sold off all the corn, so we're now back over $3 million, which is awesome. And we are going to take it a little bit carefully because weather. And yeah, I figured I'd leave it on the 1st of February and we would be able to get started planting all of the corn and everything else. And then it snowed overnight, so we are looking at a snow-covered landscape and not planting much of anything right now, but we do have the entirety of February to do it. Also, our cotton is at roughly best price to sell, I believe, so we will be selling that later today. First things first, I want to get the BGA up and running because it has very little in the way of slurry or manure to process. I think I've got about 2 tankers worth of slurry down at the big cow farm, maybe 3, probably 2. And we've got some manure to shift around, and then once the manure's done, we can look at other things like fed the piggies, we fed the cows, so I think as far as the animals are concerned, you've got half a food. Slurry, we've got 2.5 tanker loads. We've got not a lot, and piggies 3,000. Yeah, it's not really a lot, so we'll grab the 2 tanker loads from here. That'll free up some space. We have 30,000, so probably about 2 truckloads there, not a truckload there. So all in, we've probably got about 3 truckloads of manure that we can transfer. So that's all well and good. And so I'm just going to run this back down to the big farm and grab our tanker or 2's worth of slurry. Then we'll turn the BGA on and it can start producing us more slurry. Oh, train. Then we'll look at other stuff that we can do today, like maybe sell some methane if I've got it. Maybe sell some milk if I've got it. I've also sold a few cows and pigs, I think. We have done the pig breeding achievement. The 3rd batch of 20 piggies got birthed over winter. Might even have been today, but either way, we now have the pig achievement done. So I think I've got about 7 left to go. think the RT's in the shed with hitched to the seeder, where that's all been serviced. Seeder's loaded with seeds. That's all ready to start planting cotton when the ground clears up, which 32 degrees could be fairly soon. Yeehaw. Actually, this truck is behaving itself quite nicely. So that's all good. So current plans for this farm is to get to basically about this time next year. We'll have and we might even plant cotton. I don't like leaving a farm in limbo, so I don't stop what I'm doing just because it's the end of the playthrough. I will complete all the things like seeding and what have you, but we want to sell off the crops, so that's what we will be doing at the end of the year. Fill with slurry. Yeah, we got 2 tanks, so, and that will give us a final accounting, and I can always use this screen to add up. We've got 1.5 million in soybeans, we've got nearly 2 million in cotton. Effectively, we will sell the cotton this year, but we can then say whatever our bank balance is plus 1.4 million is the basic value of the farm at the end of the playthrough. Oh, that's bad. Bad. Didn't crash into the new wall. That's good. Okay, so 2 more trips out here. What else has been happening? I had a really rough recovery from my back procedure. It is what it is. What I might do is set this on auto drive. Oh, not auto drive. Put a helper in it and drive it back to the farm to pick up the last load of slurry. And we'll start moving the manure. But still, there's things to get done, and it's not exactly the time to do it. I'm also, once I start clearing off the cotton bales, I can actually bring some of the small tractors out, hitch them up to the mulchers, and we can start mulching those cotton fields. May not transfer much of the square bales. What I'm going to do, I need to buy a round cotton bale picker-upper thing. So what we'll probably end up doing is grabbing one of those from the store and picking up all of the cotton from the northern farm fields. And then oops. And get those sold. We'll worry about the square ones later or off camera. They're a bit of a pain to get loaded into the truck. So it's kind of good things and bad things. The case cotton baler does 20,000 litre bales, so you don't have to transfer as many of them for value. However, the harvester has to stop to unload, which the John Deere doesn't. The John Deere has a pre-baler, so it just keeps moving while it's dropping off its bales. It's 6 of one, half of a dozen of the other. The John Deere cotton baler only produces 10,000 litre bales, so half the capacity of the case. Now, the John Deere has a bale pickup like our Anderson round bale pickup, and it can transfer 3 bales to town, so that's 30,000 litres. The square baler, or the square balers bought by the case, have a truck, semi-truck trailer, which is a pain in the butt to use, plus you're driving a truck on the fields, and it's kind of not the greatest thing, but it does transport the most cotton, 40,000 litres as opposed to 30,000, so it's a nice capacity. But backing this thing up, because the trailer has tracks at the back to support the collecting and dropping off functionality, and the weight of the bales coming into it, it doesn't reverse very easily, so it's a real faff to reverse tractor, reverse the auto pickup mechanism onto a bale. Sometimes it's easier to cheat and just pick up the bale and throw it in the back, but the bale's big, so a little bit unrealistic, of course. Okay, it's actually been a little bit different driving the truck around in cab. It's probably going to make the going to be fairly limited with the the auto-generated thumbnail for YouTube, but it is what it is. So yeah, we're still on a good moment to get this farm completed, maybe a month or two. Brilliant. Okay, we'll get that filled, and then I am going to jump over to the New Holland, I think. I have swapped out the Fendt for the John Deere 6M that Giants gave us in the last patch, or the one before it. A little bit more horsepower, but technically it's very close to what the Fendt was. All right, let's destination. You go there. Meanwhile, should start moving. Start moving. Go. Good. Let's find the 6R. There's the truck. Okay. You are the New Holland. Okay. Now I need to get this thing. It doesn't need to be serviced right away. So let's just go fill it up with diesel, and then we can grab the manure trailer. I have done a little bit of painting, so we have a little bit more farm trackage around the yard now. Fortunately, not all of it. Diesel, yes. Still have a good amount. So there's now an entrance area to that shed. The milk tanker is now on a pad of gravel. This bit here, not done anything about it. I probably should. And there is also a track here leading from behind the things up to here. And I think I've also spread some gravel out in front of the manure pit. So there's nothing down the side of this shed at the moment. I might want to think about doing something about that. But for now, oh, back up more. There we go. And poop. I think maybe what we'll do is we'll grab the horse manure. Then we'll go down to Big Farm and grab some more. No point in not going with a full trailer. Horses, I think it looks like there's still a few months before we get the next round of baby horses. Okay, how much does that give us? 27. I don't have a manure pit up by the pigs, or so I'm not actually giving them straw. Sun's still out. It's 34 degrees, so with any luck the snow should be melting, though technically I don't think the ground will be. That was something that we got from Realismus's seasons. I believe they gave us air temperatures and ground temperatures. So in theory, air temperatures get to sort of around about 34 degrees. The snow starts thawing. And you will end up with clear fields. But, well, doesn't mean that you can stick your plough blades into the ground, because the ground will still be frozen for a little while after that. Now remember, we're playing 4-day seasons, so, or 4-day months, so we get 4 days per month, which technically means 1 week. So one daylight period in game, it would be the equivalent of 1 week in real life. So getting lots of stuff done in 1 day, or doing stuff that should be spread out, like cutting grass, tedding grass, baling grass, etc. It really doesn't matter if you do that in 1 game day, because duration would be in the real world. Ooh, dude. That would be the equivalent of 1 week. Alrighty. I think that was the last tank of stuff. Oh, look, I've abandoned the manure wagon, or the slurry tank. Why did I leave it here? I did, so it is a thing. 80,000. Ooh. Okay, we've got 30. I thought I'd put that in a shed. I actually thought I put that in the shed by the northern farm. Oh well. Pull that there, and let's do this. You set your race destination all the way behind the truck. Okay, I am going to, no, check that. So slurry, we got 14,000, so there's no point coming back. We have, 50,000 milk. That has 16,000 milk, 5066. So we should think about selling some milk.